This is Germany. For decades, Germany stood as the undisputed economic titan of Europe, a beacon of industrial might and export prowess. Its meticulously engineered machinery, luxury cars, and chemical innovations fueled a global reputation for efficiency and reliability. Yet, as we stand in 2025, the narrative has shifted dramatically. Germany's economy, once the engine of the continent, is sputtering. The nation has seen no significant growth in 5 years, a shocking reversal for a country that dominated world trade throughout much of the 21st century. So, what's driving this decline? From energy missteps to bureaucratic quagmires, here's a deep dive into the 5 key reasons Germany's economic fortunes are crumbling and why the road to recovery looks steeper than ever. Germany's economic model thrived on a foundation of affordable energy, a critical ingredient for its energy-intensive industries like steel, chemicals, and glass. For years, cheap natural gas piped in from Russia kept factory furnaces roaring and production costs competitive. But that all changed in 2022 when Moscow, retaliating against Western support for Ukraine, severed gas supplies. The fallout was immediate and brutal. Energy prices skyrocketed, with industrial electricity costs soaring to 20.3 euro cents per kilowatt hour, more than double the 8.4 euro cents paid by competitors in the US and China. The roots of this crisis trace back to a fateful decision in 2011 by then-Chancellor Angela Merkel. Shaken by the Fukushima disaster, Merkel accelerated Germany's exit from nuclear power, leaning heavily on Russian gas as a stopgap while renewables scaled up. At the time, Russia was seen as a dependable partner, despite warnings from Poland and the US. When that gamble collapsed, Germany scrambled to import pressure liquefied natural gas from Qatar, and the US shipped in at a premium. Meanwhile, renewable energy, touted as the future, hasn't filled the gap fast enough. Resistance from homeowners and regional authorities has stalled wind turbine projects, and hydrogen infrastructure for industrial use remains largely theoretical. The energy shock has left German industry reeling, exposing a vulnerability that could take years to mend. Germany's economic golden age was buoyed by China's rise as a global consumer. Through the early 2000s and 2010, German giants like Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, and BMW raked in massive profits selling industrial machinery, chemicals, and luxury vehicles to China's burgeoning middle class. Back then, Chinese firms focused on furniture and electronics, sectors that didn't threaten Germany's core strengths. But the tide has turned. China has morphed from a customer into a cutthroat competitor, churning out the very goods Germany once dominated. State-subsidized Chinese solar panels have obliterated Germany's once thriving solar industry. In 2010, Chinese manufacturers relied on German equipment. Today, they supply the world. Beijing's export-driven industrial policy has flooded global markets with steel, machinery, solar panels, electric vehicles, EVs, and EV batteries, directly challenging German exports. The numbers tell a grim story. China's vehicle exports surged from 0 in 2020 to 5 million by 2024, while Germany's dropped from 2.4 million to 1.2 million over the same period. With Chinese factory capacity estimated at 50 million vehicles annually, half of global demand, Germany's auto-centric economy faces an existential threat. The shift has eroded a key pillar of Germany's export-led growth, leaving it scrambling to adapt. During its boom years, Germany basked in fiscal surpluses, balancing budgets with tax revenues from a thriving economy. But that prudence came at a price: chronic underinvestment in infrastructure critical to long-term growth. Rail lines creak with delays and disruptions as worn-out tracks await repairs. High-speed internet still eludes rural areas, hobbling digital innovation. A vital transmission line to carry wind power from the north to southern factories won't be operational until 2028, years behind schedule. And a key highway bridge linking the industrial Ruhr region to southern Germany, closed in 2021 after a decade of neglect, won't be replaced until 2027. Germany's companies are crying out for talent, but the workers aren't there. A German Chamber of Commerce and Industry survey of 23,000 firms found that 43% struggle to fill vacancies, rising to 58% for firms with over 1,000 employees. The shortfall spans high-skill fields like IT and engineering to essential roles like daycare providers and hotel staff. Fewer German students are pursuing STEM disciplines, a trend that threatens the nation's innovation pipeline. An aging population exacerbates the problem, shrinking the labour pool as retirees outnumber new entrants. Compounding this, a lack of affordable childcare keeps many women in part-time work or out of the workforce entirely. Efforts to tap immigrant talent, crucial to offsetting demographic decline, have been stymied by bureaucratic hurdles, though reforms in 2020 and 2023 aim to ease the process. Without a robust strategy to attract and train skilled workers, Germany risks losing its competitive edge as industries from manufacturing to hospitality grind to a halt. If there's one word that sums up Germany's economic woes in 2025, it's bureaucracy. Lengthy approval processes and excessive paperwork are suffocating businesses and stalling innovation. Securing a construction permit for a wind turbine can take years, a delay that throttles renewable energy expansion. Solar panel installers must register with both regulators and utilities, a redundant hoop that wastes time and resources. Restaurants are forced to log refrigerator temperatures by hand and keep physical records for a month, even when digital systems exist. And a law requiring firms to certify suppliers' environmental and labour standards, stricter than EU mandates, puts German companies at a disadvantage against European rivals. Economists and business groups have sounded the alarm. This regulatory maze is a drag on growth. Until Germany slashes red tape, its economy will remain mired in inefficiencies, unable to keep pace with nimbler global competitors. Even after so many hurdles, yet there's hope on the horizon. Posts on X suggest Germany is pivoting, with Parliament approving a massive spending surge in March 2025 to revive the economy and bolster military capacity amid geopolitical tensions. Whether this shift can reverse the decline remains uncertain. For now, Germany stands at a crossroads, grappling with the legacy of past decisions and the urgent need to reinvent itself. The world is watching. Will the Titan rise again or fade into the shadows of its former glory?